Setting goals and planning is a very important part of our life's process. How many people have a constant plan for setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of their goals? The answer is very few. In fact, if you will do this, you will become among the few who do, the envy of all who watch. In the leadership seminar, we made a whole 10-year plan for setting goals. It covered business goals, personal goals, family goals, economic goals, and financial independence. It's a basic and important thing. If you put effort into setting goals, make a plan for it. Keep checking and changing them, discuss them, and review them often. I believe it will place you in the top 5%. If you want to succeed and make big changes in your life, having a regular plan for setting, changing, checking, and strengthening your goals is fundamental. We need to take a look into the future. We've got to have the future well designed. The future is called the promise, and this is what we teach in our leadership seminar series. The promise of the future can be an awesome force for your own future. There are two ways to face the future. One is with apprehension and the other is with anticipation. I can tell you in my travels all around the world, most people face the future with apprehension. And the reason is they don't have it well designed. They've sort of left that up to someone else to take care. But here's the best way to face the future. That is with anticipation. Anticipating the future becomes easier when it's clear and well planned. When you're setting goals, first figure out what you want. Sit down and ask yourself questions like, what skills do I want? How much money do I want in the future? Where do I want to go? What places do I want to visit? What habits and skills do I want to develop? Once you've thought about your future desires, make a list. Just write everything down. It's a straightforward process. Spend time with your family, spouse, kids, your business colleagues, and make it one of the major fundamentals in your life. Constantly setting goals, rearranging them, and strengthening the purpose of your goals. That's the number one fundamental for success. Here's number two. Know exactly what you want to do with what you have right now. This is a basic idea. Making a plan for what to do and how to handle your current resources. Most people I talk to already have something. The important question is, what are you doing with it? Where are you putting it? First, you need to understand about society and money, how to earn it, where to get it, where it comes from, and the importance of managing it. Teach kids from a young age what to do with a dollar. If a child gets a dollar and spends it right away, they're learning the wrong habits. The plans we learn when we're small often guide us for the rest of our lives. Knowing what to do with your money and where to put it is crucial. It's very important to have a plan for managing your current resources so that by age 65, you don't end up like most people, with nothing. You'll have substance plenty to share and plenty to enjoy, a plan for using all your resources wisely. What I mean is, we all need a steady plan for learning, a regular plan for going to the library, and a regular plan for attending lectures and seminars. Many people get ideas randomly, like when someone visits or when they happen to hear or read something useful. When you listen to a speech, make sure you have a notebook to jot down notes. Wherever you go, gather knowledge, but do it with a purpose. Do it regularly, do it every day, and do it consistently. We should have a regular plan for reading books. Many people either read books randomly or don't read them at all. Sometimes they don't have a good plan for choosing the right books. For instance, someone might read comics instead of classics and miss out on valuable things that could truly help their life because they don't have a plan. Here's something to think about. Good ideas usually don't just come to you out of the blue. You have to go after them. You need to actively look for them. There's a saying in the Bible that goes, if you look, if you search, you will find. So having a steady plan for learning, reading books, going to talks, collecting ideas, and having a place to write them down, like a journal you can review, is a basic thing. If you stick to this plan, it can put you in the top 5%. Guess how many people have a consistent plan for the gathering of knowledge? The answer, very few. And what you want to be is just be one of the very few. You need a clear and detailed plan for how you spend your time at work, We call it a game plan. Many people just think about what they have to do tomorrow or next week in their head. They don't plan much further. They might think, I have to get up in the morning and go to work, and that's it. But having a game plan is important. A game plan for becoming financially independent, a game plan for your work time, and a game plan for your personal time. Families need a game plan to make sure they don't miss important things that can help their lives and success. Kids, moms, and dads all need a game plan. If you're in business, you need a game plan for your office and for your business. A detailed plan for how you spend your work time is important. In our leadership seminar, we discuss how to make this plan for the day, week, month, and even for 6 months or a year. From doing business globally, we've learned that plans need to be detailed. Otherwise, you're likely to forget something. I can assure you that having a detailed plan for your work time can put you in the top 5% because most people don't have one. Shoaff shared with me when I first met him at age 25. He said, Jim, to do better, you've got to get around the right people. If you regularly spend time with people who can improve your life and lifestyle, you'll be amazed at the progress you can make. Surround yourself with people who share common interests in progress, success, ideas, and philosophy. I have a good phrase for you. Never mistake the power of influence. The man says, well, I live here, but it doesn't really bother me. That's not true. When someone says, I'm around these people, but they really don't bother me. That's not true either. The people you're around have some influence on your life. What you need to do, and maybe this year is a good time to start, is make plans to be around the right people. Spend time with those who talk about positive ideas and philosophy, not just the latest joke. Surround yourself with people who read, who are successful, and who are always growing and changing. Even if you have to be around some negative influences at work, counterbalance that by being with the right people who can help change your life for the better. Associate with positive people consistently and focus on getting around those who can help you grow financially, personally, spiritually, and socially. If you do that, it will definitely put you in the top 5%. Can you guess how many people have an association of people of common interest in success, progress, ideas, and philosophy? The answer, very few. But be one of the few. Mr. Shoaff taught me this one when I first met him at age 25. He called it lifestyle. Learning how to live involves always finding ways to live uniquely and enjoy what you have now. The challenge of lifestyle is learning how to live well. It would be unfortunate if you earned a lot but didn't live well. If someone made a lot of money, but their personality, lifestyle, and uniqueness remain the same, that would be unfortunate. It's pitiful to find a man in a $500,000 home. And sure enough, he's a $5,000 man. Learning the skills of lifestyle, what to do with your money so that you get joy from it. Shoaff taught me the simplest little things like tipping. He explained the meaning of the word tip to me. I didn't know much about tipping. I'm from a small farm community. He said tip, the word tip, comes from a little phrase called to ensure promptness. The more I thought about it, the more I understood. If a tip is to ensure promptness, when should you give it? The answer, up front. You don't wait to see if you've received good service before deciding to tip. You give it up front to ensure a good service. Mr. Shoaff said to me, sophisticated people make sure they get good service. It's just one of the little things to learn called lifestyle. Discovering ways to delight in your family, money, time, and possessions, and finding joy in your thoughts. Learn how to anticipate your family's needs with happiness instead of negativity, and take great delight in the things you already have. Many people think, I'd be happier if I had more money. However, happiness is something you have to cultivate independent of money, because money alone won't bring you happiness. A valuable lesson in life is realizing that you can learn a lot. There's hardly anything you can't learn if you want to. You could pick up several languages and develop numerous skills. It's important to have a schedule and a plan for nurturing these skills. Aim high, and don't settle for less than your potential. When you reach the end of your life, you don't want to regret living only a fraction of it and missing out on becoming the person you could be. Developing skills requires discipline, but it's worth the effort. Attend classes. Make the most of every opportunity to learn. Whether it's leadership, diplomacy, language, or business skills, plan for the growth of all your personal abilities. Holding on to my previous set of goals has been incredibly beneficial. When I revisit the goals and lists I made 10 or 20 years ago, I smile because some of the things I considered crucial back then are no longer a priority for me. I now have a new list reflecting how I've grown, changed, and matured. My advice to you is to determine what you want, put it in writing, and don't forget to keep your old lists. They can provide valuable insights as you evolve. Next, when you achieve something from your list, mark it as done. There's a joyful satisfaction in checking off items from your list. If you can add a bit of excitement to the process, that's even better. For instance, I had a goal to visit Spain many years ago. When I finally took my first trip to Spain, I brought along the journal with that list. As the plane landed in Madrid, I waited until the wheels touched down and then checked it off, adding a touch of drama. So, enjoying the process of checking items off your list is part of the fun. Now, here's the key point about creating lists and planning for your future. When the future becomes clear, the effort becomes more manageable. It's crucial to remember that behind every promise, there's a corresponding price to pay. Everyone has to meet that commitment, adhere to the deal, and embrace the necessary disciplines. There's a cost for everyone. However, what I found is that if the promise is clear and compelling, the price becomes easier to pay. Goal setting requires genuine effort. It's hard work, and I acknowledge that. This is why many people tend to neglect it. It's demanding. While many work hard in their jobs, they often neglect putting in the effort to shape their future. They let it slide. The task involves making plans, and I understand that not everyone enjoys it. But my advice is don't let that be your approach. The guy says, yeah, you work where I work, but by the time you get home, it's late. You have to take care of yourself, eat, watch some TV, and go to bed. You can't stay up late, plan. He is a good worker, hardworking and sincere. But you need to be more than just sincere and hardworking. You must also be a good planner. Someone wise once said that people who don't plan are setting themselves up for failure. So it's a good idea to write down your goals in a journal. You can study yourself better. Look at the goals you set 3 weeks ago or 2 years ago. Make changes if needed. Rearrange priorities, scratch some off, and add new ones. Take note of your accomplishments and what you desire. Writing down your goals shows you're serious about doing better. To improve, you don't have to be overly serious, but you must take it seriously. In the past, I used to have a problem called passive hope. It's bad, but what's worse is happy hope. So be serious about your goals. Put them on paper and consider various goals like business goals, financial goals, family goals, and more. If you don't work on your goals, the time will pass, and in 5 years, you might end up where you don't want to be. Now, is the time to make changes? Your goals affect you in many ways: your handshake, attitude, personality, how you walk, talk, and even dress. Now, some people have goals, but they have such lousy goals, the effect is bad. For instance, if someone's goal is just to scrape up enough money to pay bills, but it's such a lousy goal, the effect is bad. You don't want to wake up on Monday thinking about paying bills. And some people have so given up on life, they have joined the Thank God It's Friday Club. How sad. Everybody hopes things will get better. Poor people hope. That ought to tell you something. It means the future does not get better by hope. It gets better by plan.